welcome to the show. Within this review programme, we'll be looking at the upcoming cultural event, Dreams of Elliott 803. The National Museum of Computing will be hosting its upcoming cultural event, located at Bletchley Park. Joining me today are two special guests, Anna Groom and Diana Frasca, who are two of the video artists here to discuss the event taking place. They are working on an exhibition at the museum currently. Hello ladies.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Can I start by asking a few light questions? The museum, as we know, has a very selective target market based on what's in the museum. How do you think your installation and experience will change that?
Well, I think at the moment the main target audience are schools and colleges, and they're very successful in getting groups in. They get a lot of visitors who are interested in computers and computer science. But as artists, what we would like to do is to broaden that spectrum and get people from the more general community in.
Do you feel that it will be a family-based event, or is it something that's more for students or more enthusiasts?
I think it's suitable for everybody. People interested in art, people interested in computers. I think it will be interesting for families and for children to come. So I think right across the spectrum.
Now, we've got you two here in the studio today, but are there any other people you're working with, like other organisations, other artists? Or?
Yes, there's one other artist, Veronica Peat, who's working with us. She's also a video artist. But for this project, we felt we wanted to add something extra. So we've actually got two actors. They're both working currently at the National Theatre, and they'll be part of the performance on the evening.
And we've been told that they're up for an Olivier as well?
Yes. So we'll find out about that soon.
For someone like me who not a big knowledge of art, what is a video artist? Let us know.
Okay, well, our art, obviously, our main medium is video. So in the past we've done installations in various galleries using monitors and video and other props as well.
So the museum, the National Museum of Computing, is said to be the birthplace of modern computing at its home in Bletchley Park, and was the British hub for intelligence during the Second World War. Is the history of the museum something you know about, or have you learned about it as like a gradual learning curve while you've been on the project?
Well, I've been to Bletchley several times, but this was really the first time I'd been very involved with the National Museum of Computing, which is an extraordinary place. It has the whole array of the history of computing, starting right back from Alan Turing to the present day.
And Elliott 803 is one of the machines you're working with. Do you know anything about that, or have you been taught that maybe some inside facts that we don't know?
Well, it was a commercial computer. Several companies bought it. It was used for various things. One of them being egg counting and trying to develop the perfect egg. So that side of it we found quite interesting.
So even at the time of production, it was quite an innovative product.
It was, yes.
Expensive, risk-taking thing for businesses to
yeah.
have. So we've heard about your exhibition, which sounds amazing. Your inspiration came from this book here, J.D. Ballard's Sound Sweep. It's actually one of the novelettes in it. How does this link to your project? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, Ballard's story is about how a device was invented that could extract sound from the walls, and we were interested in this idea of being able to extract memory from a place, and we thought what would happen if we were able to find that, that a computer had artificial consciousness, and that a device was invented that could extract its subconscious, and what would the stories it would be able to tell.
Now, in the late 60s, women were used heavily to sell computers to men. They would drape over them, they would be in scantily clad outfits. How do you feel, as women, working on a project like this, about those images used? And do you think, or is it indicative of the time?
Well, I think you do have to put it in context. It was the early 60s, and women did play a very different role, especially in the workplace, which we discovered through reading a lot of back issues of computer magazines from that era. And certainly women were used considerably in advertisements for computers, especially scantily clad and draped over them. And we actually, after much debate, found it quite amusing, really, and hopefully it has added a lightness to our evening's performance.
So it sounds amazing. Finally, can you just sum up your project to anyone who's free on the 22nd of June in the evening? Who'd want to go? Just sum it up.
Yeah, so the National Museum of Computing on Saturday the 22nd of June at 6:30. It's going to be a unique art project. The audience will be very involved. They will take part in the exhibition and will walk around. So it's going to be very unusual.
So thank you, ladies, for joining me today.
Thank you.
So if you are interested in coming to the event, it's going to be held on the 22nd of June from 6:30 till 10 p.m. at Bletchley Park Museum. Tune in next week for another review of events coming your way in the area. Thank you very much. Good night.